Alrighty, folks, we're going to switch on to our next topic. It's going to be Nintendo Cinematic Future.
Ooh, okay.
Now, let me do the start off with the question. It's going to be like,
Curtis.
what course or direction do you think Nintendo Cinematic Future is headed?
Oh, so you want to ask us where do we think it's headed?
Yes.
Not where we want it to go.
Yeah.
I think it's headed where we want it to go. I think that with the numbers right now, Mario movie is one behind like the biggest release of all time in that space of what it is. Which, by the way, you know what's ahead of it? It shouldn't even be a part of it. The Lion King remake. That's like above it right now. By the time this podcast comes out, Mario movie will probably pass it.
Yeah.
In their universe. I think it's absolutely headed where we want because of those numbers. I think Nintendo has the prime opportunity working with Illumination, who is doing fantastic. I mean, they announced this a long time ago. A lot of people, when they announced, like recently, when they're like, hey, the movie's coming out, and we're with Illumination, when they announced all the actors, a lot of people were like, whoa, they're working with Illumination. They announced that years ago that they're going to start working on it. And I think what the big hope is Miyamoto wanted to be involved, right? They didn't just want to pass it off. They saw what happened with the Mario movie. And with this, with the numbers that we saw from the Mario movie, I think we all know where they're going to go first because it's the most obvious answers, which are probably going to be the Zelda games, hopefully, Donkey Kong, because he's already in there. But what I'd like to know, too, is like, what are some of our reachful hopes that, like, man, and here, keep this in mind, if you say it, give us a little more than just saying the name. I want to hear what you'd like to see. Maybe let Chris start. He's got the biggest smirk right now.
Well, I would love to see the Zelda series. I'd love to see a Metroid series. Those would probably be the big obvious ones. Maybe one that's not so obvious, it would be like, I would love to see a Little Mac like Mike Tyson's, like with a Little Mac as the character. And I mean, you could include all of those Glass Jaw and all the guys that he fought if they were
Glass Joe.
Glass Joe.
Gobble J.
Kingdom of Tears.
Kingdom of Tears and Glass Jaw. But I feel like you could really turn that into a pretty amazing movie. Would you have Mike Tyson at the end? I don't know. Maybe it's Mr. Dream.
How sick would that be, though, if they curated their relationship back?
Yeah.
And they got Mike Tyson, actual Mike Tyson, as the final boss.
It would be amazing, and you could use his voice and everything. And they had him. That would be incredible.
That would be insane.
Yeah,
And we can all agree that Carl Winslow would make the perfect. Yes,
King
he
Hippo?
looks just like him.
they do
King
the
Hippo?
Gabbo King Hippo.
Yeah.
Who would everybody be? Who would we kite tat? Oh, Mr. Macho Man, because it was. Your hair. Your hair.
Macho Man.
Mr. Macho Man.
That's true.
Super.
Yeah. That's
Who's the brown one? I can't think.
Mr. Satman?
No, you guys, come on. You guys are getting it. Mr. Flamenco.
Flamenco.
Oh,
Don Flamenco.
Although I kind of look like
you.
Don
I was
Flamenco.
going to say,
That's you.
Oh my
That's you.
gosh, you look
I
like
do look like Don
Senegal.
Flamenco.
You look like Don Flamenco.
No, dude, I have to be Barpool.
Barble? Oh, Bald Bull.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Marble.
I got to be Barble. I like that.
Oh.
Okay, I think Punch Out was a really great call.
I
think
would
that was a great call.
love to see that. It'd be so good.
Ricky, you got one for us?
You already know. I think you know what I'm going to pick because
I don't.
you literally brought it up, and I was like,
Oh, you're stealing it, aren't you? You're stealing mine? Who is it?
I won't say it.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I want you to go first. Now.
Star Fox?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
go.
Man. I would love a Star Fox because the characters in it, I think, just are so unique that it writes itself, right? Anytime you see a movie where it's like, we're going to space, you can get the same kind of feel. I almost think it reminds me of like the early Star Wars when I want to see like the janky animatronics of Slippy, of Falco, of Pepe O'Hare, of everybody, of Uncle Andros. I want to see the full story. And I think what Nintendo nailed, which I think Sonic and Sega failed in, even though I like the movie, is Sega did very few musical cues. Right? There was like a couple ringtones. When it first started, I think you could hear Green Hill Zone somewhere along the line. But that's it. They didn't utilize their nostalgia much. But Nintendo, all the time throughout the Mario movie, was crushing it with the notes and the tones and the sounds. I think if they do that with Star Fox, with that feeling of everybody running out to go all at once, just pumping out, automatically Nintendo was already building characters for us. Right? We learned right away, Falco, badass. That's it. He is. Star Fox, he's the hero. Pepe O'Hare, he's wise. Slippy, he's the goofball, right? Like Nintendo very rarely do games in that day and age do that much character building for you. That I think if they did that with the puppet style, I don't know if anybody remembers when they announced Star Fox on the Wii U, they did puppets to announce the game. And they were
remember
walking
that.
around, and it was, I forget who, a couple of the Nintendo people going through. I totally remember the names. I feel dumb. But going through it and having fun with it.
Would you want to see it in the same style as like what Illumination did with the Mario
On that
movies,
one,
where
I
it's
don't.
very smoothed out, or would you want to see it polygon?
On that one, I
type?
don't. Neither on that one.
Neither.
That one I want to see almost like a unique animatronic type style,
Animatronic.
like a '90s animatronic, obviously done in a current fashion, but like Little Mac, whatever you said, Mike Tyson. I'd like to see that in like the Illumination style, but for some reason with Star Fox, I want to see it in that more real but '90s feeling.
Yeah, I feel like it would have to
animatronic.
be different. I feel
Yeah.
like you couldn't do it the same style.
Yeah.
It would have to be.
What about the voices?
The voices? Oh gosh, I don't know if those original actors are out there.
You know what?
And they put the subtitles. That would be awesome.
F-Zero.
F-Zero would be
F-Zero
great.
would be insane if you did it like kind of like Ford versus Ferrari style, but like like more towards that Nintendo crowd. Like I don't know, you have to make it like exciting. You have to give it a good story, and there's a ton of characters on
I
it.
feel
And
like
the
I
voi-
would really love like that race style
would be
Nintendo
pretty cool.
movie.
With the
Just-
voice of
dude, imagine those songs playing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah,
I like
be
that.
great.
in the voice of Vin Diesel.
Oh, so what do you got, Gabba? What's your thought?
I got two.
Okay.
I got two ideas. First, I would like to see Kid Icarus or
Kid Icarus.
Icarus.
Yeah,
Chris likes that.
I love it.
I think they can do a really, really good movie with that, and probably they can mix it with ActRaiser.
Oh, ActRaiser. Okay,
Whoa,
I don't know.
ActRaiser.
That's not necessarily first party, but I like that.
Oh yeah, whatever. But they can do it. And the other thing I would like to see is like do a bunch of like side movies like Punch Out, Zelda, Star Fox, and then I think we talk about this, and then bring in everything
Like Smash Bros.
like the Avengers,
Yes,
and do a Smash Bros.
but don't overdo it.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
That would be pretty awesome.
So now let's reach into our deeper back pockets, right? We got we're talking
All right.
first party Nintendo. Like we'd all want to see like a Metroid would be amazing, a Kirby, a Donkey Kong. I'm talking one that like a game that appeared on a Nintendo somewhere, and it's technically not just a
Got it.
Nintendo IP. Ricky's already ready though. I have to let him take it.
Wild Gunman. It'd be a cool western.
Yo, a Western. I like. Now, would you want it in that complete 8-bit like style, like in Smash Bros. Wii U?
I think I would. I think I would like that. Just like make the mouth like a little better, but I think it would look dope. Like the Lego movie, like that kind of funky graphics.
Oh, I like a Wild Gunman because I'm a Western.
I
sucker.
got a good one.
What you got?
Urban Champion.
Urban Champion.
Yeah.
So like a street fighting movie.
Nice.
There you go.
I like it.
Oh, I kind
And
of
they
like
can.
that.
I was going to say I would like to see they mix like two games. Like for example, in Star Fox, they can put Metroid somewhere there because he's in the space. Urban Champion, they can mix with Punch Out.
Only Gabo would pick Urban Urban Champion. Only it's super like.
That's awesome.
But I like that. That's what I want.
It's
I want these
different.
picks.
Is fighting in the streets.
What you got?
I mean, what really would probably make a really good movie, and it's right here, is probably Earthbound. Would
Oh, that's a
pretty-
great.
And that's a
That-
really
that's
good
that
true.
call.
storyline
Yeah.
is so epic, and it's so quirky. and it's
Imagine
such a-
Gygus.
Yeah, it's got such a fan following. Like, that would make a pretty cool movie.
And it's funny because I'm not even the biggest Earthbound guy, but I do respect the storyline and the storytelling of Earthbound and how funky and weird it is and the humor. Man, Gygus would be great. Oh man, now you got me thinking. I was
I
going
know,
a little more
that'd be a
basic.
good
I want Blaster Master.
Oh, that'd be
dang.
awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Dang,
Oh,
Blaster
we're
Man.
going third party.
That's what we're doing.
Well, that the beginning of that game is one of my favorite storylines. When
Me
his frog
too.
escapes
And goes in the nuclear
goes
waste?
in the nuclear waste, and then goes down in the hole, and he's basically trying to save his frog. Like, that's a great.
Which I love
story.
that it's just his frog and out of nowhere he's like, dum, 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 dum,
Yeah,
like all
it
that-
just goes crazy. from
So
there.
good.
and the music that kicks in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the fact that the game already throws us for different gameplay styles, different views, a whole different. It gives us a loose storyline. The ones on the Switch, Blaster Master Zero, have fantastic storylines. So the story could easily write itself. But I think that's interesting because it takes place in such unique worlds, underground worlds, all the different things that Sophia can do, and Jason with the different power ups. There's, I think, endless story.
And Sophia can race with F-Zero.
There you go. Gabo just really wants the cinematic universe. to happen.
Yeah.
I'd be scared they mix it a little too much. I'd want a big one, like a big crescendo, like Endgame and all that.
Yeah.
But I'd also be like, okay, don't go to all the side characters nobody really cares about at this point.
Well,
You know,
they have to be careful when they mix with third parties.
Yeah.
But between Nintendo, it's all good.
well, think about Smash Bros, man. It's all third party mix at this point.
How long do you guys think until the next movie is out?
2 years.
I was gonna say 2 years.
2
Would you
years.
think they continue to do like Mario for a while, Mario 1, 2, 3, before venturing off?
I
Probably.
think that's probably their safest bet because it's Mario, right? It's possibly the most recognized figure in
In video games.
childish
Yeah.
dreams, whatever you want to call it, over Mickey Mouse, all of any of that.
It's true.
I think if they do that, and maybe they can keep locking in. I almost think they might go even Donkey Kong next because I feel like they're going to want to work their way out. I wouldn't be as excited for a Donkey Kong movie for sure. I'm just being honest, as I would for almost any other IP. I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm
me neither.
necessarily
Me too.
unless they make it like. Actually, but the Donkey Kong in the movie was fun if they show us, a trailer. All right, let's be real. We'd all, as Curtis would say, would fangirl if we saw, Cranky Kong and Dixie Kong and Candy Kong and the whole crew kind of roll together. I think that we would definitely fanboy out a little bit.
I would love to see like this discussion going. I'm sure it's happening with Nintendo like right now.
Yeah.
Oh, for
with a chalkboard
sure.
with all these titles of where they could go with this and discussing each one, kind of like we are right now.
Yeah.
Do you think they already had one in development, or do you think they played it safe to wait for the initial reaction?
I think in development.
Yeah.
I think that Nintendo had to have known worst case they're going to do great. Right? They're going to do great. I even saw like
Worst case. That's like, we're just going to nail it.
No, but that's what I mean. They know worst case they're going to make multi more than most people are making. We've talked about it before. I literally watched a video today about animation studios and Disney's newest movie that's about to drop, and they were like really hoping, like, please let this next one be a banger because they had failed after failed, and I think this one is already getting like rottened by even critics, and everyone's like, no, like Disney's like, not again. And they were really, the video wasn't about that, but more about how like Universal and all these companies have been just on an incline of starting to crush it. So I think, Nintendo probably knew the competition working with these people, Illumination, Universal, knows like, okay, we already, no matter what, have a good tone set. They'd be dumb not to have any sort of backing already happening. I think everybody's mostly rooting for Zelda though to come out.
Oh, it's
I think that's like the number
yeah.
one. I think that's like the most obvious number one that everybody's like, please.
Were there things that maybe have gotten glazed over that you guys probably saw could have been improved from the Super Mario movie?
Oh man, it's hard. It's hard not to sound like a fanboy here.
Fangirl.
Well, I got Fanger. I got only one.
Banger.
I got only one complaint.
Yes.
About the movie. I didn't see. Well, probably I'm wrong, but you guys,
Okay.
I didn't saw any Zelda reference.
Good call. Me neither.
No, Zelda.
And-
I mean, we can't technically knock
yeah.
it for that, but yes, you're right.
I didn't saw anything Zelda, and I was a little disappointed about that. I was expecting to see like at least a Triforce symbol somewhere, or
Maybe there was.
I don't think they'll do it because they want to make that a movie. Like, I feel like a lot of the things that already are on there, they can't make it a movie because it's already a character in their world.
It is hard to know what you can intermingle and what you
Yeah.
can't, right? Like Donkey Kong and Mario they began intermingled, right? And Donkey Kong, is Jumpman, but or Mr. Video originally.
actually it's true, but they put Punch Out,
Yeah.
and they didn't start together.
But
But
they're
there-
not.
It's
And
just
what was the other character that looks like me? The Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, Wrecking Crew.
Yeah,
That looks like me.
is Mario in that game?
I feel like they maybe have to choose
Yeah.
which ones can go where because you can't come out of the gate being the cinematic universe, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you do, the hype is gone, right? Imagine if Marvel opened up all their recent movies with everybody's back there, then it's like, oh, sweet. But the excitement's not there when everyone's like, holy cow, they're coming together.
I think that's true. I think you nailed it in the head right there.
I think the only thing I didn't like was refresh my memory. How did they beat Bowser at the end? How did it? It didn't end.
The star?
The star.
It was a star.
Yeah.
Okay. I wish they had done like the drop in the lava
Sorry
or
for whoever
something
did
like
one
that.
part.
Yeah. Sorry. This is a.
It's a
I
long
assume
time
everybody's
out. You better
seen
have seen it.
But I wish.
Sorry.
I wish they had
Spoiler
done
alert.
one of the classic endings for like how he gets
Yeah.
That would've been
If
sick.
Mario jumped on the axe thing.
Yeah,
It's like,
jumped on the axe and he like falls down into the lava, or he swings him by the tail like in Nintendo 64.
Well, I guess it's hard
Something
because
like
you
that.
know they're
That's
going to
true.
make more. So it's like, are they going to kill him off? But they could do the classic every movie. Bowser goes in the lava. It's over. The movie ends, and all of a sudden you see come out of the lava. You know,
Yeah.
his hand come out.
I think I know what's gonna happen in the next movie.
Let's hear it, Ricky. Predictions with Ricky.
Since they did that whole thing at the end, I'm not gonna say it because if someone did,
You can say it at this point. At this point, click off
so
if you're
Yoshi's at the end, whatever.
Just kidding.
Oh, really?
All right, so I think they're gonna make another Mario movie, but I think they're gonna bring in like the comical characters like Wario and Luigi. I mean
For
Wario
sure.
and Waluigi,
They have to.
because
For
dude,
sure.
that would be so great. I would be so excited to see that, and then have to bring in like Daisy. I don't know if they would, but it seems like they would want to. I don't know why.
Is there anybody we don't want to see?
Curtis.
Stop it. I don't know. I guess there's characters
silence.
I wouldn't say that I don't want to see, but there's characters I wouldn't be like, whoa, if I saw them. Like it'd be more like, ooh, Easter egg, like Rosalina or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, whatever it is. But I wouldn't say there's anybody I'd be like bummed if they brought in.
I feel like they would make Wario and Waluigi like the main villains of the
Yes.
next.
That's
one.
why,
I feel
like,
I was
like they
going
say
to say that.
Bowser or
I
something.
I was
And
gonna say
probably-
maybe they save Bowser.
Yeah.
Ricky.
I can see that.
Ricky just wrote the next movie.
they do what?
I got it. They say
s-
Bowser.
Save Bowser.
Yeah. And then how it ends is they say Bowser, get him out, and then the minute they get him out, Bowser just crushes them and he's like, fools.
And then they join with Mario and Luigi.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.